Now in my top 8 upcoming RTS games, I left out quite a few projects that could really turn out to be amazing ones, but the uncertainty of Kickstarters meant that I could simply not include them yet, so I wanted to discuss these games in a separate video. Let's have a look at Sanctuary Shattered Sun. One thing that the team aims to deliver is a real-time strategy game on an immense scale, and if you have played Ashes of the Singularity a couple years ago, you might be interested in this one. In this game, players can choose from 3 factions, construct bases to produce land, air and sea units to battle it out on an extremely dynamic world that is built around the sun. Not only are the maps massive and vary greatly from a desert environment to a watery world, but you can even destroy the very ground on which you stand on and watch your enemies fall into the sun below. So let's dive into the backstory to get a better understanding of the game itself. The year is 2554, pollution and overcrowding threatened Earth and its colonies with extinction. Ivy, the first sentient AI, proposed the construction of a Dyson sphere, which is a structure built around a star to harness all of its energy and establish a paradise called Sanctuary. About 100 years after this, a human subspecies called the Chosen One was created. This faction consists of the brightest and most influential members of society, and as time went on, they transformed their bodies into metallic ones and came to rule humanity. Regular flesh and bone humans slowly started resenting the Chosen. Slowly protests and social unrest gave way to a civil war. Now in 2741 these humans formed the Earth Defense Alliance as a way to oppose the Chosen's rule over humanity. Near the completion of Sanctuary in 2758, the tension between the EDA and the Chosen One reached its boiling point. A plan was made to move and absorb the Earth's moon into Sanctuary. Now, as you might have guessed, this was quite a bad plan. The moon failed to slow down and collided with Sanctuary. This moon crash event extinguished billions of lives, and both parties considered the moon crash to be deliberate and declared war on each other. This conflict, called the Great Solar War, gave way to a third entity to enter the fray. Sanctuary's AI caretaker, called Ra, repurposed Sanctuary's robot workers to create the Guard faction. Now this robotic army's sole purpose is to protect Sanctuary through the forceful pacification of both the EDA and the Chosen. So it really didn't care about any of their point of views, it just wanted to protect Sanctuary. Now let's dive a bit further into the 3 factions and start with the Earth Defense Alliance. Now the EDA was created to oppose the Chosen and are seen as mankind's only hope by some. The EDA faction will have a vast human population and resources, but are slow to mobilize its armies, using shock and awe tactics together with a combination of stealth technology and heavy armor. The Chosen, on the other hand, are bright minds that transform their fleshy bodies into metallic ones and are highly intelligent. As you might guess, it is the most technologically advanced of all 3 factions. The war machines, called Sentinels, are very expensive but extremely powerful. Now there's definitely an emphasis on quality over quantity when playing with the Chosen, and you will only have to take control of a handful of units. Now speaking of taking control, each Sentinel houses the consciousness of one of the Chosen. Last we have the AI faction called the Guard, the protector of Sanctuary. They do not care about the disagreements between the EDA and the Chosen and only care about protecting the habitat that houses them both. Now since this faction is made up from the AI that has been maintaining Sanctuary, it will have great intel and reconnaissance capabilities. It lacks the robust tanky design of the EDA and the advanced shield capabilities of the Chosen, but it makes up for this with its overwhelming numbers in combination with a small group of specialist units and powerful prototypes. Now in terms of playable maps, as I have mentioned before, you'll be fighting on Sanctuary, that is now the theater of the greatest war that mankind has ever witnessed. You'll be fighting all over this habitat, from watery worlds to deserts to tropics and so on. You can actually destroy the map itself, let your enemies fall into the sun. You can control the weather by taking control of or simply destroying nodes on the map. You can destroy skyscrapers and bridges or decide to repair these, so it's very dynamic in that nature as well. The development team was not joking when they said they aimed to deliver a grand scale RTS. They aim to support the match with 8 players with a total of 10,000 units with simulated projectiles, battling it out on a massive and beautiful environment. There will be a playable beta before the game is fully released, and it will not have any microtransactions. It'll be a I paid once, now leave my wallet alone type of project, which is nice to see as well. Eventually, the developers will make the game fully moddable, so any dreams of adding Warhammer units to this game can come true. Besides that, there will also be a map editor, and you can already give this a shot for free if you go on their official Discord. The project is still very early in development, so do not expect it to release this year. The official release date is set for 2025, but perhaps there will be a playable beta before that. Speaking of Discord, my Discord is also linked below, so go ahead and join it and keep an eye on the notifications channel for when I upload videos. If you want to see videos before I release them, becoming a patron gives you that perk. With that said, I hope this video gave you a good idea of what Sanctuary Shattered Sun will be about. I am really looking forward to this game since it seems to combine many aspects of the RTS world into one grand scale beauty.